All right, howdy, Jensen. Welcome back to Star Wars Opposition for ArmA 3. The update is finally here. V2 has been released. My idea was to make a video beforehand so I could release it with the patches release, and people could watch this video while they were downloading the update. Sadly enough, the devs told me multiple times that they really didn't want me to make a video beforehand because they were still actively trying to fix bugs, fix things, as a lot of people in the SWOP Discord will know, with JMax and Scar being kind of trolls in the Discord multiple times. Point is, I wasn't allowed to make a video beforehand, or they told me maybe wait till you actually get the full version. So that's why this video is a little bit delayed, and my apologies for that, even though it wasn't necessarily my fault or in my hands. Anyway, SWOP V2 is released, and I don't like starting on a naked guy, but whatever. And there's so much new content in this update that I kind of feel like I should again divvy it up in maybe 2 or even 3 videos. We're going to look at everything again, not because I'm trying to rehash stuff, but because there's so much new stuff. There's no changelog, so it'll be impossible for me to make sure that I check everything that's new and not show you old stuff. And a lot of the old stuff, like all the uniforms, or 85-90% of the uniforms and vests and headgear, has all been revamped, has been re-HD'd, if you want to say it that way. So instead of me just going over just the new stuff, I'm going to show you everything all over again. But I promise there's like 85%, 90% is all new, looks better, etc, etc. So this video, for sure, I want to go through uniforms, vests, backpack, headgear, face wear, all these other small things like faces, etc, etc. And then I guess in a different video we'll go over the weapons, and then perhaps we'll be able to add the vehicles to the weapons video. So it's going to be a long video. I'll try and keep it short and easy. I'm not going to go into large details or watch every uniform in every single angle. It is still a very much a work in progress. Obviously, it's V2. It's a big update, but they're still saying there's going to be bugs here and there. And other than that, I will link my Star Wars Opposition playlist in the description. You can check out some of my older videos, which will have gameplay of actual, multiplayer gameplay in them. And I do plan, as you probably would have guessed, to do a lot of videos on the mod, whether it's now or in the near future. I have about 100 ideas for Zeus, and I know that the 3rd RB and the 212 have their own ideas, people in there, their own ideas, so I'm really excited for this mod and see what the future brings. Anyway, with that being said, let's jump into it. One last disclaimer while I'm scrolling down to the Star Wars uniforms. I am not a super big Star Wars know-it-all person. I would say I know more about Star Wars now than I did when I did the first videos, like a couple months ago. Now I've watched the entire Clone Wars series, but I still don't know a lot, and people are probably going to get offended. Anyway, with that being said, let's jump in. So, I know some of these aren't new, some of these will be new. I'm going to scroll through them pretty quickly. So we have the Bith Rebel field uniform in all kinds of different colors. And I think some of these are either new or they're retextured from the original. We have Bosk, and Bosk is definitely new. I don't remember seeing him. The C-21 uniform, I've seen this before, and this one has not been upgraded. We have Han Solo, but it's just his uniform, so you still have the Boba Fett, sorry, the Jango Fett face. We have Darth Vader, which looks fantastic. We have Dengar, oh, sorry, I don't know why I wrote that as Dengar. We have Dengar, we have a Drabatan, which is one of the characters from Rogue One. I don't recall seeing this alien race before that, but I know in Rogue One there's a character who has a mediocre-ish biggie role as a, as far as roles go in a movie that isn't about people in the foreground. This guy is like "Marr, marr," in the background half the fucking movie when they're on Scarif. We have Duros, and I don't remember seeing these in the last version. It's also obviously just the head is different, but it's nice to fight different looking enemies. The Geonosians definitely did not get an overhaul. They still look like they're from like 2003. Although I think the Elite might have been new. I don't remember seeing the Elite in here before. Then we have Grand Admiral Thrawn. We have Han Solo, but with his actual face, not much different there. We have Ishi Tib. I remember seeing these guys before, but I'm pretty sure that these two, I think, are both new and weren't there before. And then there's just different colors of their uniform. We have Jyn Erso. And to be fair, she does look like a girl. It's always hard for Star Wars to, or for ArmA, sorry, to get women looking like women. Although her fingers look really fucked up. Look at, oh my, I guess they don't look fucked up here, but from a distance, those thumbs look really weird. And we have Jyn Erso. We have Kalish Mercenaries and a mercenary with a cape, which looks fucking badass. We have Keldor in mercenary uniforms with K2SO. Kind of a shame that he's not a little bit bigger. I think K2SO is like 7.5 or 8 feet in Rogue One. And honestly, I'm a bigger fan of Rogue One than I was of Episode 7 or Episode 8. And Rogue One, absolutely great movie, and I've watched it like 5 times. I watched Rogue One the day after I watched The Last Jedi, and I had so much more fun watching Rogue One. Anyway, we have Leia in her Ender uniform, and in her regular, like, space princess uniform, whatever you want to call it. Or actually, this might be her, like, Admiral uniform, if I'm not wrong. Then we have a Mandalorian uniform. We actually have a couple of these, and a lot of people were very excited for the Death Watch uniforms, and we'll get to those. We have them in black V2. We have them with a Mandalorian icon on the back, on the front. I don't know, there's none on here. With Boba Fett, we have different colors of these. We have Death Watch, Clan Ren, green, Jango Fett's uniform, which is a little bit broken. I think they're definitely working on this, but like I said, it's still a very much work in progress. We have the Protectors. We have red. So you have different colors, and actually nice that we can actually have a different enemy now to fight other than Sand People. You can fight the Mandalorians, which is nice to have a different faction other than, you know, if you're playing as the Empire or as the clones, it's nice to have a different enemy to fight than, you know, if you're not fighting the CIS or Rebels, you can fight the Mandalorians instead of the Sand People all the time. Although Sand People, in my opinion, always great to fight because they look so authentic, I guess. Then we have Mon Calamari. Again, same thing. I think this uniform is new. The rest are just the old ones that we already had in SWOP. We have Director Krennic, who looks creepy. We have Palpatine, who looks amazing as ever. Very young. We have Quarren, again, same. Ooh, these does look different. Actually, that almost hurts my eyes. That, like, white brownish. I don't know what DD stands for. Then we have, oh, never mind. Thought I was further down. This is just our regular uniforms. We have Rodian. This one seems to be a bit broken, perhaps. His face seems a bit off. We have Rodian Smuggler, if you want to ever be a Rodian Smuggler. We have different uniforms for the Rebels again. And then we have Solistans. I really hate these. Maybe I'm an alien racist, but I really hate these. Like, I think I made a tweet a while back saying humans are the best aliens or whatever. Aliens are below humans. I really hate these fucking faces. Like, they're like monkey asshole things. They look really fucking weird. They freak me out. I know. I kind of want to look at them anymore. Then we have the Togruta. Probably misspelled or mispronounced that. Wow, she has some fucking boobage going on. I don't know if that's on purpose or not. Just the different uniforms, different colors. Trandoshans also again in different colors. My favorite, the Sand People, are the Tuskens. Twi'leks in different uniforms and different colors. Then we have, I think, a male. Oh no, never mind. This is a different color Twi'lek. I thought we had a male Twi'lek in here somewhere too. We have Verk. These people also kind of freak me out. They have like this very... Maybe it'd be cool to test this with the Verks. Shoot next to their head. Because obviously, her head is thinner than this head. Well, what happens if you shoot right here where normal people's head would be? Would they still get a headshot? Or does the model actually represent its damage model? That'd be kind of cool to figure out, I guess. All these different camouflages again. Then we have Weequay, who are also kind of freak me out. They look very like... rugged and stuff. They're also a very high quality model though on the face, and they're different mercenary uniforms for these guys, and also their rebel felt uniforms. Field, not Feld. I almost went full Dutch German there. the Wookiees, who I have to say I mean, it's obviously really hard to make. It's the only thing I can say. This must be really, really disgustingly hard to make, because, you know, ArmA and like ghillie suits are kind of off. Now imagine a guy made out of a ghillie suit, you know what I'm saying? But it's still, I think it looks a lot better than the original ones that were in SWOP, and I honestly kind of want to have a Han Solo and Chewbacca up in the oh my god, are you kidding me? I'm gonna not think about it because I'm gonna not remember the name of the Millennium Falcon. Wow, I totally had a blackout for a second there. But that's also in the mod, and it looks amazing, and it has actually passenger room, so you could totally do an op with Chewbacca and with Han Solo. And then we have a couple of weird droids. I remember these from this one. Definitely remember this from episode 2 or 3, where these are just 2 work droids or droids that just roam around cities. Anakin Skywalker, I actually clicked on him and thought I forgot that the game would crash, but they seem to have fixed the crash. Anakin with one glove after I think his hand got cut off. We have a B1, and if you've seen the previous swap, this is such an improvement over the other model. The other model looked like 4 pieces of metal which resembled its arms and legs connected to a bigger piece of metal being its body, and it was horrible. This looks absolutely fantastic. And the same goes for these other ones, from Camo to Geonosis to Commander Battle Droid, Commander Camo, Commander Geonosis, and the Guard crew and the Commander crew. These look absolutely amazing. I'm not really sure why they put this one in, but if you want to have a B1 with C-3PO's head on it, there you go. We have the B2 Super Battle Droid, and as much as I meant that with the first, with the B1, the B2 also looks a shit billion times better. It looked pretty damn horrible when the mod was released initially, and this looked like an absolute chunk of metal without any sort of resemblance of anything other than an arm. And now it looks absolutely fantastic. And then with the Bandits uniform, Bespin Guard uniform, very, very classy. C-3PO, who looks maybe a little bit too gold. Also, he obviously doesn't walk like C-3PO. I mean, hang on, let me actually drop this. Drop all these things. But he obviously doesn't walk. I mean, this is kind of like a C-3PO walk, maybe. But it's weird to see C-3PO running like this. It just kind of freaks me out. And he was also really, really, really gold. Which, again, is really kind of a sore in my eye, like an eyesore. Then we have Clone Airborne uniforms. And this is one for the 212. This is just a white one. We have Clone Katarn uniforms. I'm going to go over the vests later, but I'm just showing all the uniforms right now. We have them in different clone commandos, different operators. We have Boss, we have Fixer, etc., etc. Oh, this looks really nice, actually. We have Clone Katarn Commando uniform, Ion. I don't even know these two, Omega and Niner and Omega. Clone Officer, and these actually look very, very high res. And as much as I'm not maybe necessarily a fan of these uniforms, although they look very German with the high boots and then the puffy pants above the boots. I mean, any German officer in World War II would have looked the same, higher, like lieutenant and higher, basically. And these do look pretty good. I gotta give it to them. These look really good. I mean, as much as I don't think they really fit Star Wars, I mean, they look good. Going down, we have Clone Shadow Sniper. I'm not going to go over all of these. I'm not even going to mention all these by name because there's a shit ton of them. Basically, what they have is they have P1, so Phase 1s, Airborne, and regular uniforms for basically everything. So from ARC to different versions of troopers who served on ARC, from Echo and Fives from the Clone Wars, a captain, a lieutenant, to Phase 1. Phase 1 for different members of the 212, different members of the 41st, different members of the 501st, different members of... sorry, this is old Phase 1, by the way. The Coruscant Guards. Basically, I don't want to like read all of these and look at all of these in super big detail. At least the thing is that you can see is that the quality of this is actually, you can see the rivets here between the legs, and it does look really, really good. We have 101st different units. This is the not phase 2, but this is phase 1. There's not a super big difference, but maybe the color is maybe the coloring is mostly different if you look at these two. Actually, there's no difference between Cody phase 1 and regular Cody, which kind of sucks because then why even add it in? Different members of the 212, Geonosis V1, V2, the 327th. There's a shit ton here, and obviously, ooh, that actually looks pretty classy. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's different uniforms for different members of the 501st, etc., etc. I don't even know half of these people. I know Tup, I know Hardcase, but I don't even know half of these people, I'll be honest with you. And I watched the Clone Wars twice. No, just once, actually. ARF Recon, ATRT Driver, Bomb Squad, Carson Guard, Jumper, Community Security, etc., etc. Then, we have different variations of civilian clothing, whether it's Smuggler or Rebellion, etc., etc. The Death Trooper uniform is fixed, where the Death Trooper uniform actually looks and works now. At first, the top of the uniform was kind of broken, but now it works. Very excited for the next couple of things, I am personally. We have the First Order, and it's actually been added into the mod. Don't worry, this looks stupid now, but I'll show you it with a vest later, and it looks absolutely fantastic. Perhaps my favorite. I wasn't aware. I mean, like I said, I wasn't really a big Star Wars nerd or fan or whatever you want to say it without offending people. But these really have a special place in my heart. First of all, these guys were a lot pinker in the dev builds that I saw and I had access to. But I'm glad that they made them a little bit less pink and more maroon. These 21st Nova or Galactic Marines look absolutely amazing. I can't get over it, and I honestly really want to make an op or two where I'm Zeus and they're doing stuff as a 21st, and I definitely hope that someone in my unit or in the 212 actually makes us a couple of ops as the 21st Nova, because these guys, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's their helmets, maybe it's their colors, maybe it's the combination of everything. They look fucking badass. And there's actually even a Commander Bakara. There's his helmet, there's his vest. It looks amazing. It looks super high res. I'll show you that in a bit. I'm going on uniforms first. We have an HK-47 droid, which I think is an assassin droid from Star Wars: The Old Republic, if I'm not mistaken. HK-51, IG-88, which looks, you know, pretty old there. We have an Imperial Admiral crew, Imperial Director from Krennic, Imperial Guard, which there is actually a full Imperial Guard uniform with the red cape, the red uniform, and the red kind of like old Spartan looking headgear. We have officer uniforms in black, green, and gray, pilot uniform, Imperial pilot uniform, which almost makes me, this almost looks like the one that the guy from Rogue One is wearing. I forgot his name, but the guy, the pilot, the defector pilot. We have the Imperial pilot uniform, Incinerator Stormtrooper, and I think all of these got a small overhaul. The Inferno uniform, which I think is a uniform that's worn in Battlefront 2 by the, well, protagonist for a while anyway. Spoiler. I haven't played the campaign, but I think she's in Inferno Squad. We have Jedi Armor Black, or sorry, Dark. We have Jedi Mantle in 2 different colors. Padawan uniform, Jedi's Pallium. I don't even know what a Pallium means. We have a Jedi's Temple uniform, training uniform, and we have Luke Skywalker himself and Luke Skywalker's uniform, so with or without his head. His head looks kind of weird, and his eyes are really, really fucking dead. We have a Magna droid, which isn't this an assassin droid? These look like the guys that always accompany Grievous when he tells them attack, fucking blah 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 blah, and then these guys pull out these like pew pew pew, fucking like electric saber things. I don't know what they're called. Don't hate me. We have a Nova Trooper uniform, and then we have different uniforms for the Rebels again. Some of them are new, some of them are old. Just all these different variations, so you can mix or add your own head in there. You don't have to look like one of those alien people. We have different magma uniforms with different alien races. Rebel Navy, Rebel Pilot, which I always thought I always liked these uniforms. They kind of looked cool and special. We have them also in blue and in green. Rebel Scarif uniform, which is the one that most of these people wore on the Battle of Scarif, obviously. Rebel Snow, which actually does look pretty good, and I think this is one of my favorite Rebel uniforms, and I really hate the Rebellion. I think they're fucking stupid, but this looks pretty damn good. We have a regular Rebel uniform in dark and in regular. We have Rebel Women's uniform if you have a female character's face. I think there's a difference here between these characters. Looks like there's some boobs there. Yep. There's definitely some boobs in there, which looks really weird with Jango Fett's head on there. Then we have Resistance Gorka. We have them in different colors, and this isn't my favorite uniform. I don't know anyone who's going to wear pink pants, but whatever. We have different colored Resistance uniforms, and actually these look pretty good. It's nice to have these. If you want to do a Resistance op, these are pretty high quality. Then we have Sand Trooper and Scout Trooper uniforms, Shadow Trooper, Shock Trooper uniform 501st, Shore Troopers, the ones from Rogue One. There's a very small difference between these two when it comes to the uniform. The uniform for the Sith, aka Kylo Ren and more. Snow Troopers in the regular Captain and Lieutenant forms. Storm Commando uniform, Storm Trooper uniform, clear and dirty. Commander uniform with the 501st coloring, and a regular jumper uniform. Then we have some of these. These are the last ones we'll look at today. We have the tactical droid, blue, black, green, and red, which are, as far as I know, basically the original droid commanders. Obviously being below people like General Grievous and that weird spider looking like clock, 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 clock. I can't make the noise that he makes, but I forgot his name. But he's like that spider looking commander, and then he orders the tactical droid, and then the tactical droid yells some orders usually. And then I think at one point they got replaced, and they had a more badass, more less calculating, more doing droid, I think, to replace these initial ones. Anyway, so that's all the uniforms that are in the mod. Now we have some vests, and obviously some of them will match. I'm going to try and put these on without wearing my uniform for now, to kind of quickly show you what they look like. Then I'll go over a couple of the Clone Trooper ones and a couple of the Stormtrooper ones so you can see how they look like on a uniform. But it might be very hard to notice if I put them on with a uniform, like where they actually are. So we have Han Solo's vest, Jyn Erso's vest, Mandalorian belt, Jango Fett actually looks pretty fucking badass. We have camas for the Mandalorians, which is nice to have even a sort of rank distinction for the Mandalorians. Actually, for this, maybe I'll put a cape on. Hang on, uniform. Why not? So we have different camas. Oh, sorry. Different camas in different colors, and we even have capes, which is kind of badass. I mean, I'll be honest, it's kind of badass to have these capes in there. It does look kind of good. Then we have the Wookiee vest. I kind of maybe will go through this a little bit quicker, but it could work. Wookiee armor in different versions. Some of these just look fucking amazing to me. Like this one, I really want to do an op with the Wookiees where everyone's like wearing stupid armor. Wookiee bag. This is the famous Chewbacca one, if I'm not wrong. And then a Wookiee belt. Wookiee bone armor, which is sexy as fuck. Looks, I don't even know how this would work. And then one full, where I mean, yeah, this would probably stop you from getting hit, but why have armor here but no armor here where I would like it to matter most? I mean, I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean. Let's go back to naked. It looks really weird when you're naked. Then we have the Admiral belt and the Captain belt, obviously different rank symbol on their chest. Clone Shadow armor, and a Clone Shadow armor without any markings on it. Clone Trooper Airborne, which looks fucking tastic. If you have seen what this looked like before, this looks amazing. Let's just quickly wear a clone, a regular Clone Trooper Phase 2 Has to be here. Okay, so we'll just wear a regular clone trooper uniform, and we'll go through these clone armors. So we have clone trooper shadows, the airbornes from the 212th. Then we have the different versions of the 212th as well. The 501st, and these just look amazing to me. Clone trooper arc, 501st echo, 501st fives, and I'll have to say this looks like really, really nice. Arc camo in captain and lieutenant. Regular clone trooper armor, 101st. I'm going to just go scroll through these because there's a lot of them, from the 101st to the 104th all the way down to like the 612th, etc., etc. Let's go. And if you've seen the original vests and these basically armors, what I should call them, then this looks fucking fantastic, and I'm absolutely really excited to do a couple of ops with these, because I was a fan of this mod, but I think it really adds to a mod when they have these beautiful new things. Obviously, I don't think textures make a game, but it does really look nice to have these like very beautiful textures in the mod, and especially when we got nice armor. Especially when we get to the 21st Nova, I freak out, and it looks absolutely amazing. Different armors for the Coruscant Guard, apparently using for a medic. Jumper, community security, armor plus an antenna, and then armor plus a cama. Then we have armors plus cama, so it's basically what's up here to a large degree, but different people obviously, and with cama. So I'm going to go through these a bit quicker so you can see these mostly from the front or from the side. We got them from the 74th, the 501st, Coruscant Guard. And now we have armor plus cama plus antenna and armor plus pauldron. So we're going towards armor plus pauldrons now. Armor plus pauldrons plus ammo. Armor plus pauldrons plus bag, which is these things on the front. And then we have also the grenadier armor, which I'm not sure what the difference is between a regular grenadier armor and a regular stormtrooper, or sorry, a regular clone trooper. Hang on. Oh, there's an extra grenade on the back of your chest piece. Different colors in this one: 104th, 212, 332nd, 332nd. That's a hard thing to pronounce. These do look really nice, and the colors always look fucking amazing. Then we have no, this might be a glitch. This one doesn't work for me. We have Clone Trooper Phase 1. These armors are mostly the same, but just different colors. I'm going to go through these over a little bit quicker. The only real difference between Phase 1 and Phase 2 is I think the helmet and maybe slight different colorations or orders of the colors, but they're mostly the same. Clone Trooper Recon AT-RT, Clone Trooper Recon armor, different armors for the Clone Trooper Recon. And Recon 2, which is just with a cama and a small pauldron. Oh, actually, no, the pauldron's already there. Sorry, this is the Clone Trooper Recon 2 has a cama and a small pauldron. There's no 212th here, but there is one. There's one for here, but there's a lot of other ones here for the 1st and the 74th and the 91st. Then the Death Troopers, and I'll have to scroll down for these because I'm pretty excited for these ones. These were broken. There was this weird orangey texture thing, I think from the Shore Troopers, but now it's actually in. We have the Elites, we have Grenadiers, we have Recruits, and we have the regular soldiers. But they do look really, really cool. And I was just really excited to see these. And I was really hoping they would fix these ones finally. We have the Director's Cape. So after the Director Cape comes the First Order stuff. Let me quickly grab a First Order uniform. And then we're going to go over these. And these do look really, really nice. We have the Execution Trooper, the regular Stormtrooper, Stormtrooper Heavy, Officer, pouches over here, the Sergeant, and a Squad Leader, or Staff Sergeant, I think is the white pauldron. And it does look really, really good. Especially if we find the First Order helmet. We have, not everything is in here, sadly enough. We have the Execution Trooper, Flame Trooper, First Order Pilot, which looks really weird, but it looks kind of bad at the same time. Snowtrooper, there's no Snowtrooper uniform, sadly. But there is a First Order Stormtrooper, and I think these guys look a bit, to go like the memes, they look a bit swole. They look a bit buff, big, maybe a little bit too fat, but they do look pretty fucking badass. And this looks super HD, and I'm just really excited to have this in the mod, because that means you can do so much more stuff with First Order versus the stupid Rebels and fucking destroy them. Anyway, let's get back to the vests. Here comes the Galactic Marines, and since these are basically my new favorite people, let's show you two of them. Let's do the Trooper, and we'll fully show you the Trooper uniform. Actually, I've rid of the helmet over here, though. We have Galactic Marines armor in different versions, although this is my favorite, way better than the other one. We have Bakara's uniform, Captain, Elite, Sergeant, and the Officer uniform. So this would be the regular Trooper uniform as far as I'm aware, although there is also a version without the face mask, and it looks like this. Galactic Marine regular. There you go. So this is either the Galactic Marines, and there's a different version, but personally I'm a way bigger fan of the one with the awesome, like, kind of face meshy face mask. Looks fantastic. And then Bakara, which honestly looks really, really fucking amazing, because you can give him the, I need to find this though, Clone Commander Bakara, you can actually give him the, if I find this, the Commander mask. And come on, that looks badass in my opinion. This looks so good. Like, it looks fantastic compared to what this looked like before. I mean, this wasn't in the mod even to begin with, but compared to what the models were before, this is fan-fucking-tastic. Anyway, I'm not playing dress up as much as I maybe want to. Let's get rid of these things. Oh my god, it looks weird. And let's go down the vest list. So we have different Galactic Marines, etc., etc. We have Grand Admiral belt, Imperial Crew armor, which is the units on Scarif, as far as I'm aware, who would operate vehicles. Imperial Guard cape, which, like I said, comes with the head and the uniform, etc., 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 etc. Imperial pilot uniform, Inferno belt, again, I think referring to the Inferno squad from Battlefront 2's campaign. Commander vest, heavy vest, the specialist vest, Jedi Order cape, Jedi's vest invisible for when you're trying to put stuff into your uniform. Lieutenant belt, Luke Skywalker's belt, Luke Skywalker's cape, Magma Trooper armor, Nova Trooper armor, Corporal and Officer, Rebel strap full, Rebel strap Grenadier, Rebellion vest full, Resistance heavy vest brown, heavy vest khaki, Resistance vest Sandtrooper armor, and these also got an upgrade for sure. I'm pretty sure I remember, this obviously is a bit glitch, but that's because I think if you put the Sandtrooper armor on, where is this? There it is. There you go. And now it's fixed. So it does look a bit weird because you're not wearing anything, but once you wear something, there you go. And I think this got a small upgrade from looking oldie or not as good to looking pretty good. Chemical, Corporal, Officer, Sergeant, Staff Sergeant. Scarif backpack, Scarif pouches, Scarif ammo, pouches, grenades. Scarif vest. Scout Trooper. I think the Scout Trooper got fixed too. Definitely got an upgrade. Let's see if that's true, if I'm saying that or not. Yeah, this definitely got an upgrade. This definitely didn't look as good, especially the vest does look a lot better. Moving on to, let me get rid of the uniform again. I like watching naked people. What? Shadow Trooper armor and armor full. Shock Trooper 501st, Shock Trooper 501st Spec Ops, Shock Trooper Officer, Short Troopers, the ones from Rogue One, Sith Vest Invisible, Snowtrooper Armor Captain, Lieutenant, Storm Commando, Stormtrooper Armor, Chemical, Clear, Corporal, Officer, Sergeant, Staff Sergeant, Stormtrooper Commander, Incinerator Armor Corporal, Incinerator Armor Officer, Jumper, and that's it for the vests. So we're going to jump over to the backpacks, then the helmets, and then we probably have a very long video already. But then, like I said, I will make a video on the weapons and on the vehicles. Alright, now the backpacks. These are, there's not too many backpacks in the mod. We have the invisible backpack, always useful. We have the cable backpack for whatever reason. A cargo backpack, which actually looks like a massive antenna. The CDV-19M and the CDV-5S, which are actually kind of cool. If I put on a clone trooper uniform just to test this out, like fuck it, whatever. So these should stick to the back of the uniform, and I don't have TFAR enabled right now, so there's no real point in me trying. But if you use these for your unit, if you're a Star Wars unit or whatever, and do an op, the CDV-5 and the CDV-19 should both act as a long range, which is pretty cool to have just this tiny little antenna, and you can talk to people on the long range radio, which is, you know, something that I really was excited for, which probably is super nerdy, but I thought it was kind of cool. Then we have clone Katarn backpacks for each of the characters. Pardon me. Clone Trooper Arc backpack in, for some reason, a kid size and a regular size. Clone Trooper backpacks, 101st, 41st, Geonosis, Demolition backpack, Medical backpack, and a CVR, which is another long-range backpack. Then we have droid backpacks, which just look fantastic compared to what we had before. If I just grab a quick B1 out here somewhere. I mean, there it is. It does look really, really nice. We have them in camo, regular, Geonosis, control backpack camo, Geonosis, and droid heavy backpack. Then we have, if I go loose the droid uniform, we have E-Webs. Yeah, I don't know why there's two. I'm sure there's a reason. One is Republic, one isn't, I guess. First Order, Flame Trooper, or Flamethrower. First Order Jump Pack, which, yes, it works. Oh, that looks great, actually. We have Snow Backpack. Yes, we have the Snow Backpack, Snow Helmet, but no Snow Uniform. I'm really sad. Flamethrower Uniform, Imperial Backpack, Imperial ID-10 Droid Backpack, Imperial Jump Pack, Imperial Jump Pack Black, Jump Trooper Backpack, Imperial Magma Filter Backpack, a Sand Backpack, Sky Trooper, Small Backpack, and Small Backpack Medic, Interrogation Pro, which is something you can, it's basically like a little AI thing that flies around like a little droid, another long-range radio, the JT-12 and Jumper versions, Portable Gun, R1 Recon Droid, Rebel Backpack Big, Middle, and Small, which are actually kind of cool to have if you have like a Rebel thing going on. Rebel Backpack Black, Brown, Cloud, Rebel Desert, Rebel ID-10 Droid Backpack, Rebel Magma Backpack, Rebel Backpack Jump Pack, Sand Backpack, Snow Backpack, Jump Backpack, Rebel Woodland Backpack, Rebel Woodland Jump Pack, Flamethrower Tank, and now we're down to the Resistance Backpack, Backpack V2, Big Backpack V2, Resistance Jump Pack RTDV in all sorts of different colors. And as far as I know, these are all long-range radios, the Viper Probe, and the Z6 or Z6 Jetpack in different colors. And then these two are, this is Ace and this is also Ace. So, with that being said, we're going on to the helmets. Backpacks were pretty quick, that's good. Helmets should be the last one, and then we're going to go over some of these smaller ones, which are really like a minute and a half each of that. We have different helmets. I'm going to go over these not too quickly, though, or not too slowly. We have Mandalorian helmets in each color you ever wanted for Clan Ren, Death Watch, Jango Fett, Protectors, Red, etc., etc. We have Wookiee helmets, which, like I said, these are amazing. We have AT-AT Driver. Balaclava, maybe not so much a real balaclava. It does look kind of cool, and you can make your AI civilians look a bit different. Bespin Guard Cap, you know, with the brilliant blue uniform. Clone ARF. These guys look fucking baller. I think these are the ones on the speeder bikes. Maybe I'm stupid. This actually looks really, really fucking amazing, though, with like the dog-esque jaws over there. Then we have the Phase 1 helmets for the ARF. Clone Cadet, which looks like 5 pixels. Clone Heavy Gunner, which these are my favorite ones. I don't know why they added these. This is like 6 polygons. It does look cool, but I wish they either didn't put them in or put some more effort into these, because these look like absolutely stolen from an RTS or whatever. Clone Katarn helmets for different characters. Clone Katarn Ion, Omega. Clone Officer Caps, the ones, you know, with the brilliant uniforms. Medics, red, green, black, gray. Clone Pilot for different units, 501st. Regular, 74th. Clone Shadow Sniper helmet, Shadow Trooper. Very nice visor here. These airborne helmets also, kind of a shame, but these are also very low res, much like the Heavy Gunner. And I think that this is basically what the mod looked like. This is what it looked like before. So I'm really happy to see this difference. Like, look at this difference. Look at how HD this is versus this. All right, anyway. Clone Airborne helmet for the 212, which obviously is also very low res. And then Bark helmets, a regular clone trooper, and then we have all these specific people. I'm going to go over these really quickly from 101st, 212th, you know, 501st. It's all going to come down 327, 320, 332nd, 41st, 501st, etc., etc., etc. Now you can see these all here. I'm not going to go over each one in specifics. So this one looks kind of cool and looks very, very big. Like, excited, I guess. I don't know. 74th, 91st, 9th, Bomb Squad, Coruscant Guard. I actually like the color of the Coruscant Guard. We have Clone Trooper Helmet Jumper, Community Security, and now we have the P1, or the Phase 1 helmets, which is really exciting because people were really excited for these. And I honestly think these look very cool compared to the Phase 2 helmets. And these also look really good. Different colors, different variations of them. Not as many as maybe Phase 2, but still there's a lot of variations for them in general. Then we have Bakara's helmet, which obviously is different because it doesn't have the weird fin on top if we compare that right here. Doesn't have the weird like kind of head fin, and like I said, you can use that helmet with Bakara's face mask, and it looks pretty badass. Darth Vader helmet, Death Star Gunner helmet, Death Trooper helmets, First Order Cap, First Order Execution, all these headgears I've already seen. Show you guys most of these. Collecting Marines, if you don't want to have the cool mesh face mask one, then this is yours. Imperial Cadet, which actually does look pretty good. Imperial caps for different colors. Crew, driver, engineer. Also, this looks really weird. Wow. Here's Imperial Guard, which, like I said before, has the amazing like red thing going on, although it kind of glitches through here, though, sadly enough. The Inferno Squad helmet, Imperial Navy, Imperial TIE Fighter, Kylo Ren helmet, Nova Trooper, Rebel Desert helmet, Rebel FEC, whatever that may mean, Rebel Guardian, which these look like the shit that they put under you in the hospital to piss in, bedpans. This is what those helmets look like. I always thought about it that way. Rebel helmets for Endor in other colors, Rebel pilot helmets in different colors, Rebel RHM1 helmets in different colors, this time not with the thing in front of the, like the visor, not in front of your eyes, it's like put up on the top. ROTJ helmets, Born to Rebel, I like that one. Rebel Resistance Heavy Helmet, I've never seen this before. Resistance Helmet, Resistance Officer Cap, Pilot Helmets, different versions. Specialist Cap, brown, green. Sand Trooper Helmets, Scout Trooper, Shadow Trooper, Shock Trooper 501st, Short Trooper, Storm Sky Trooper, which looks very fucking weird. Storm Commando, Stormtrooper Helmet, this is the Commander Helmet. Another clear version, so a clean one, Incinerator, and the Jumper version. That's all the helmets. Now we'll quickly go through the face wear. There's not too much here. This is kind of cool to show, though. If I go in here, and I go in first person, you'll see that now I have this HUD, which it doesn't look great, but it definitely gives you the immersion that you're a clone trooper. And then there's one for a stormtrooper as well. So it does look pretty cool, and I'm just kind of excited to have that in. That if you play first person, like I do, a lot anyway. You have the HUD, which is kind of like a small addition, but it does look really cool. Then we have different night vision optics, cyber implants, rangefinders, the face mask, the commander visors. Probably put a helmet on for this so it doesn't look fucking stupid. So different commander visors, with or without the head support, I guess, with antennas. We should also have the Phase 1 visors as well. Clone rangefinder visor, and then a couple of these night vision chips, which I might have to get rid of. I don't know how these work. These might just show up. I don't think you can see these anywhere. So these might just give you night vision without you actually having to have something on your face, which is kind of nice to have if you want to make like a Jedi with night vision, whatever. But I know it's not really, I mean, I could quickly go over these, but I really doubt there's much to see here. But they're in the mod, so I might as well show, even though these are, these bottom are Ace, but these ones are like actual ones. But I mean, they're just recolored. Besides this one, I think they're all like retextured ones from Ace and RHS and Vanilla. Let's put that away. There's nothing here, there's nothing here. There's definitely something under faces, though, which is interesting to show you. And that's the last thing besides voice, which will quickly... This should work, right? Oh. Well, before I was trying this, and it actually would play the Stormtrooper voice, but I guess you'll have to believe me with that one. Last but not least, we have all these Star Wars faces. There was a lot in here, but they added some more. Anakin's face, Darth Maul's face. Can I get rid of these fucking hens? Maybe I have to pull my gun out so you can actually see his face, though. There you go. There. Gideon Mask. Gideon Hask. I have no clue what that is. I'm sorry. Han Solo, Jango's clone, Cody, Fives, different, like, big characters from the Clone Wars. And then we have different versions of Jango with different hair, different face, different facial hair, scars on their face. And these do look pretty good, and it's exciting for clone uniform. Well, not for clone uniforms. It's exciting for clone battalions or clone units out there that there's a lot of, and they can now tell their units or their members to wear a clone face. So they're actually, if they pull their helmet off, they actually look like clones, which is kind of cool. And that's actually a very cool thing. This is Nightmare Fuel. Jyn Erso's face on a man's body, very, very weird. Kalish, Keldor, Luke, which is new, I'm pretty sure. Obi-Wan. Fucking, I love, what was his face? Ewan McGregor. Fucking great actor. Loved him in episodes 2 and 3. Wasn't a big fan of him in episode 1. Sith, Togruta, Tusken Raider, and the Weequay. So, with that being said, let me get rid of this fucking guy's face because it fucking freaks me out. With that being said, this was a overview of the SWOP V2 mod of the vests, uniforms, backpacks, headgear, and everything else in the arsenal. We're going to go over handguns, launchers, rifles, and handguns include sabers, and vehicles in the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to see awesome. Cheers.